Welcome to Sports Roundtable. I am your host, Brandon Big B Hickman, and back with another episode of Sports Roundtable. I have in the building Coach Demick. New Harrow High School Wildcat football ended out the season last week, regular season football, conference play, Hoggard. It's always a big game, always a big rivalry. You were on Shipyard Boulevard, and the Wildcats were doing their thing 30-7. Looks like from the beginning of Sports Roundtable to now, your plan was to, hey, we want to play lights out football.
Yep.
We want to play lights out defense, and I think that happened.
We're starting to get there.
Okay.
We're getting better each week, and we've got to continue to do it if we're going to keep playing.
Right.
So.
That was a big. What do you attest? Just you pulled away. It seemed like very early to me,
right?
But you pulled away very early.
Well, I mean, it was sort of the first quarter was back and forth, and then we had a couple. We've got some great athletes, and we had a couple big explosion plays, and we were able to sort of jump on them there, and got the ball rolling. And then once we got it going, you just kind of shut it down and don't do anything to lose.
Yeah, so. I see. Every week when Hanover starts to get, they score and they score again. They're gonna score again. Right. So let's see what happened Friday.
All right. So here early on, I thought our defense played just phenomenally. Jeremiah Bancroft had a big game. Hoggard wanted to come in and play a little bit of bully ball and kind of push us around. But there's Jeremiah and the inside linebackers just doing a great job. Kobe McCaskill, Rashad Rogers, doing a great job. And then here you can see Jeremiah just getting great push on the center. Next play, I think we got another defensive highlight. Actually, this is a punt. This is just a phenomenal punt by Owen. So we're on the 40-yard line. When it's all said and done, we're going to down the ball about the 1-yard line. Ooh. It's a great punt, great coverage. It's a huge flip of the field, right? I mean, that's one of the things we always talk about is flipping the field and make the other team go the whole distance. Don't give them any short fields. So I was really pleased there with the coverage, with the kick, and I thought it was really well executed. Another defensive highlight here. This is just a great job by Jeremiah Bancroft. He's just an incredible athlete. He's 6'4", about 340 pounds. Explosive football player. Here's the end zone shot. I don't think we meant to have this on there, but it is. But Jeremiah really doing a great job for us. And then here, another one on a big third down here. Just doing a great job attacking at the point of attack. Our outside linebackers, David McCallum, Jack Diedrich, Jack Barbie are all doing a great job. Our interior guys, Jeb Gay, Charlie Bishop. I was just really pleased with our defense across the board. Here, it's 3rd and 1 on the 1-yard line, and Jeremiah had a big game. He's already been on the highlights twice, and here's a little carry for him on the 1-yard line. Does a great job kind of sliding. Keeps on his feet, punches it in for our first touchdown. I was pretty excited, so it's kind of neat to see the kids really get excited with Jeremiah. It's something we sort of practiced for a while, and a situation presented itself, and so we ran it. But here he is. You can just kind of get a good look here. He's staying on his feet, being balanced. For a big kid, he's pretty athletic.
Yeah. What year is this for Jeremiah?
He's a senior.
He is a senior.
He's a senior,
okay.
All right, and then, kind of open things up a little bit in the second quarter. Here, Jaheim's going to run a little outside zone jet sweep type play. We're going to block up the flank really well. Rashad Jeremiah doing a good job. He makes a guy miss, and he can fly. So he takes that one for a touchdown. Here's another angle of it. Again, great perimeter blocking. There's McKines for the Wildcat. They miss a tackle, and he's off to the races. So he's really done a good job. The cameraman in the end zone needs some work, but here defensively, again, 3rd down, huge down. Got to get him off the field. Here a little counter play, just doing a great job getting off blocks. It forced him into a kicking situation. Really pleased defensively.
A lot of talking, a
Yeah,
lot of
well,
communication.
yeah, there you go.
You gotta inform 'em.
Faircloth doing a great job there, getting off the block and making a tackle. Right here offensively, it's our next possession. Kai's going to take outside zone here. Doing a great job, Landon Ferris and Devin Pelham doing a great job blocking. And McCoy, another guy who can fly, does a great job here, staying in bounds with the stiff arm. Another touchdown. That really opened things up and gave us a 27-point halftime lead. We kicked a field goal there later. But really was pleased, and we got a lot to work on, but at the same time, I was pleased the way we executed.
All right. So this week coming up is Topsail.
Yep.
Topsail versus they come to New Hanover High
Yep.
School, and that's at 7:30. Are we still in? We're out of regular season. Are we correct?
We're in the playoffs, and so just the way it fell.
Okay.
We actually might have 2 conference games in a row
Inside of the playoffs.
Inside the playoffs, we play
Wow.
Topsail, and if we can pull that one out, the next highest seeded team that we would play would be West Brunswick. So
Oh, wow.
we could play Topsail and West Brunswick again in the playoffs.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's really big. Good luck to you,
All
Coach.
right. Well, thank you.
Good luck to the Wildcat football team as they keep going on, which is amazing. What do you have to say to your guys when it's all said and done, the end of the conference? What did you say after the game?
Well, we talked about setting goals. In January, we set 2 goals. We had 3 goals. When I first met with the seniors, when I first got hired, and one was win Wilmington, one was win the conference title, and the third was win the state title. And so at the end of the game, we check off 2 of them, right? So we were undefeated, outright conference champions, and we won all of our games in town. So I was pretty excited, and they were excited. Some of those guys have played for a state championship and never beat Hoggard. So
Right.
that was those seniors. That was their first win against Hoggard. So they were excited about it.
Good. That's
Yep.
what's up. Coach Jimmy, Wildcat football, get ready at New Hanover High School this Friday night, 7:30. We inside the playoffs. We'll be back with more Sports Roundtable. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B Hickman, and we're talking Screaming Eagle Ashley football right now with Coach Helms. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Throughout the season, you have encouraged your students, because we're talking about the final and last game of the season that just happened last Friday. You've encouraged your students to play their hardest and to come out and be better every week. How you feel?
I think we did that. I think like we've done it every game, and then this being the last game, kind of the culmination of the season. I think the guys came out and they fought hard. Things didn't turn out scoreboard wise the way we wanted them to,
Right.
but we took steps forward. We got better. We gained some experience. Our young guys gained experience, and our old guys, our seniors, they're going to be leaving us. I think they played their hearts out, and they had a valuable experience.
That's what it is. Let's see what happened Friday.
Yep. There's our first drive. We came out and had a guy running, one of our more defensive players, stepping in at the A-back role. Jackson Powell, he's out there playing running back for us. Hits the hole pretty hard there. We get a good push up front. And, first 2 plays was looking pretty good, and then we kind of sputtered out there. The next couple plays defensively, Hayden Pickney flying there through their line, playing linebacker, number 10. He actually came over to us from Laney. There at the end of the summer there. Been a good player for us. It's Khalil Corbett, junior linebacker, getting in there and causing some problems. Number 22 there, Malachi Chapman. He's a new guy for us, coming out there playing corner and learning how to play the game. Getting some good rushing there, some good defensive pressure. Played a couple different quarterbacks. Back there, tried to do a couple different things, having some injuries. That's Logan Teeter carrying the ball there. Usually our quarterback, and Barrett Swells handed it off. Logan came in there and ran it for us. That's Angel Hernandez, a 10th grader, stepping up for us. Again, he played, last week was his first game. Barrett Swells throwing to him. There's another Khalil Corbett play there, causing some problems up in there for them on defense. They try to throw a little screen here. Here's one of our linemen, and then Quincy Robinson, one of our seniors, plays Sam linebacker for us, stepping in and coming up with that interception. Logan Teeter, again, playing a little A back there, getting some movement. Some of these plays on here, just want to highlight the defensive mindset that we got going on, and everybody flying to the football, and some gang tackling. We preach gang tackling all the time. Coach Cassell does a good job over there getting those guys to run to the football. Another throw from Barrett Swales, Angel Hernandez, out there on the edge. Barrett's done a good job coming in and playing quarterback the last 2 games. Kind of getting thrown in there, but did a pretty good job. There's another big pass from him to Angel Hernandez. Down the sideline over there. We get it close here. So we'll ball to Cameron Lesko. Looks like he was right there on the 1. Then we're unable to kind of get it in right there. This was a defensive stand right after that. Kind of looked like a safety to me, but they kind of kept it right down to 1. I mean, it don't look like he gets out of the end zone there, but anyway, we forced a punt there, and so that was good. Cole Bondurant there, playing some good defensive back play there on a high ball. Some more defensive clips. Some guys running to the football. Jalen McClammy Sr., defensive end. Again, some tough pressure up in the middle with Jalen McClammy and Khalil Corbett. Again, jamming. We had a light go out over in the corner, man. It's kind of hard to see right there in the corner. Coach Yeoman and I both said, let's keep playing. We'll keep going as long as the other one. No more go out. We'll be okay. And then, this is our first drive out of halftime. I put all these plays on there just to kind of show the resilience of our guys and fighting and learning not to give up. I mean, we had a lot of penalties. On this drive, but we kept playing, kept bouncing back, not getting too down on themselves about, execution and stuff. And we're able to sustain a drive and take it down the field and put it in the box. So it was good to see. And Logan Teeter there at quarterback. Some motion there. Nice little pass from Logan, a little boot pass over to Cameron Lesko. Again, he's done a great job for us this year. It's pleasant to have that guy show up on the field. He's a good player for us. Again, Angel Hernandez, a little backside slant there. And as you can see, we're kind of switching Logan in there and Barrett in there. There's a little jet sweep to Trenton Hassel. He's another first-year guy. Been a lacrosse player his whole life, but a big kid. He's doing a great job. He's learning how to play the game. He's doing a pretty good job blocking right there if you're able to see him. But a lot of really good things and a lot of positivity, especially from the experiential side. I mean, experience is arguably the most important thing that you can have, in my opinion. And we've gained a lot of that this year. And so,
I've been asking all the coaches this. Your last game, you're in the locker room and those guys are coming back next year. What did you say?
I talked about how important it is for them to stick together and to learn to gel together with each other. Don't float away. Don't become, mysterious with one another and become strangers. I want them to play another sport. I'm a big multi-sport guy. I think it's better for the kid to play multiple sports. But if you're not going to be playing sports, then you need to be out there with us, and we're going to be rolling. We're going to be getting on it soon.
We're in the weight room.
We're going to be in the weight room, no doubt. And, we're going to be getting it together. So, the guys played hard, and, hopefully they had a good experience. And to those guys leaving on, we wish them well and thank them and know that they're going to be good husbands and fathers and, good citizens in the community when they go on because, we teach those things. And so, it was a good time.
Thanks, Coach Helms.
Yes, sir.
It's been cool hanging out with you, too. Every week, we have more Sports Roundtable on the way. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B. Hickman, and I have with us the Coach Underwood, Hargett High School, Hargett football. Big game. Hargett versus Hanover was always a big rivalry, crosstown rivalry. They had to come to Shipyard Boulevard. Real tough game. I know you guys have been riddled with injuries, I want to say since game 2 or game 3 of your season. And, you know, how did you feel going into the game?
Well, I mean, we were excited going in. Felt like we had a good game plan. We're really going to try to control the clock a little bit and keep them from making big plays. And you know, credit to them, they were able to do both of those. So they were able to get our offense off the field.
Right.
And then they executed several big plays in the second quarter. Was really the tough quarter for us and a very big time execution quarter on their end. So.
Okay. Let's see what happened Friday.
Yeah. So just on the defensive side of the ball here, they do a really good job with their perimeter screen game, so we try to rep that pretty hard. Really pleased with Jalen Allen, Jackson Bloomer, a couple of our perimeter guys making a big stop there. Come back here, a little reverse attempt. Ball's on the ground, love to get a hold of it, but right here getting a big stop. That was just great discipline. I thought Bryson Lapp staying home backside and doing his job. Try to emphasize that big time. And this is a 4th down, shot in the end zone. Love the discipline in the secondary. Just 2 guys over top, not giving up any free plays and a big opportunity there. This is after a scoring play. Jackson King, that's his 4th block kick of the year.
Wow.
You know, he really started to get a knack for it. And again, he's a 10th grader for us. Big future. Very excited about his size, speed, and instincts. Back on the defensive side of the ball again, we got a little toss plays. Chris Redmond is playing down the line of scrimmage. I thought Chris, game in and game out throughout the year, he's just been one of the dominant players for us. He is always around the football, and he had probably his best game on Friday night. It's Brennan Litzinger coming through with a pass deflection. So a big time play there. Again, there he is, Chris Redmond. All right, Chris Redmond shedding the block, getting a big stop for us. Guess who? Chris Redmond.
Run him down.
And then
he just stayed on.
The guys continuing to try to work loose, and the official let it go. So we ended up getting like a loss of 23 on that one, which is a big play for our. We were at a point where we needed some, we needed some momentum to go in our favor to set us up to go into halftime. Again, there's Brendan Litzinger on the pass rush, Jadrian Chambers in on the pass coverage. You know, Jadrian's battled a separated shoulder for 2 years. He's one of the toughest kids that's come through our program because that thing comes out regularly, and he still goes back in there and plays.
Wow.
Marion Graham here, good run. He and Jack Thomas, they try to stick it in there all night behind our offensive line. But Marion really come a long way. This is, where's Sam? Yeah, Sam Jones tucking it and getting downhill. Sam came in and Gabe did a great job Friday night and continues to be kind of the manager. Sam's come in and really gave us a spark Friday night, leading our first touchdown. There's a Marion, again on another carry. You see our offensive line getting a good push there as well. A little bootleg here. Sam Jones hitting Rex Hardy. Big time catch, a little behind him. Love to see him lead on that a little more, but again, in a game where we were struggling to get some things going offensively, Sam came in and gave that to us. A little reverse here. Rex Hardy going and picking up a big time first down in the red zone for us. Something that was much needed. Sprint out, just quarterback wedge play right here. And again, you see sophomore Sam Jones, great potential, not only with his arm, but his leg, and he's 6'5", 3-sport athlete.
Ask you how tall he was.
He's a legitimate 6'5" and a 3-sport athlete with football, basketball, and track.
Okay.
Got a real chance to be pretty special. Came back after that touchdown, a little pooch kick right here. We recovered it. Big time play, 30-7. Game's not where we want it to be, but at the same time, trying to make a push here, and there was an inadvertent whistle, so that was a very frustrating. We had to re-kick, and then they recovered it. That was kind of a little heartbreaker while we had some momentum going. Again, they're working to the screen game. Thought our guys did a great job of staying home there. Desmond Fuller, Brendan Litzinger delivering a big-time blow and trying to get the scoop and score there. They didn't give that one to us. But here's Sam with his feet again, picking up a first down. Sets up a field goal try that we weren't able to execute on. But again, he's leading us back into the red zone. So did a great job in the second half of getting some momentum. We really, in the second quarter, we just couldn't pick up first downs. And that's a credit to the Hanover's defense. But our defense battled all night. The one thing I'll say, even I told the guys, look at the second half, it was 7-3. So you go out and you feel like if you win the second half, you ought to have a chance to win the ball game. Exactly. Second quarter, things kind of snowballed on us. Gotcha. But this team's got fight. That's what I told them at the end of the game. I said, man, you could have folded it up. A team runs it's 27-0 at halftime against your biggest rival. It's pretty easy to hang it up. It's pretty easy to hang it up and stop playing. And I thought our guys just continued to fight and put some things together. A lot of young guys out there on the field and seniors battling hard too. But a lot of young guys. There's tremendous potential in this group. So I'm excited.
I'm glad. And Coach, I do want to get something explained because you have a bye.
We do.
And so you don't play until the 22nd.
Right.
So not this week, but the following week at 7:30. And you don't know who you'll play yet, based off, I guess, this weekend playoffs. And tell me why that is. It's because Hoggard is 4A?
Correct, yeah. Since we were the top 4A seed coming out of our conference, we drew the 4th overall seed in the 4AA bracket, which gives us a bye and a home game.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest, with a 5-5 record, I don't know that there are probably some teams that maybe should have gotten that spot. At the same time, as I've said all weekend, I've been on the bad end of playoff seeding too, so I don't feel bad about it.
Not at all.
So I'm excited for our guys. Our bye week was week 3, so we really haven't had a week to slow down and coach. So no game plan this week. We're just coaching the fundamentals of football, kind of celebrating another week together, and then go see if we can get a little playoff run going.
That's what it is. We're inside a playoff season. Hoggard has a bye in the 4A situation, so you'll be able to see them November 22nd at home. Is that right? At home.
Right.
So we'll have more Sports Roundtable coming right back. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B, and let's go on over we had to go to Ashley to see what Laney was doing, because Laney played Ashley. He's in the building. Coach Yeoman, how you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Thanks for asking.
Final game of the season, win, and tight.
Very.
It was tight.
To the end. I mean, I should have probably taken the knee. They had 2 timeouts left, and it was probably like a minute and 40-some seconds on the clock. Well, he allowed me to run a play that took time off, and had I took a knee, game would have been over right then and there. Just getting caught up in the moment, completely lost focus, and then turned into a game at the end, and one we were fortunate enough to bring out. So very proud of my kids for stepping up in that adversity and coming away with the victory at the end of the season.
Congrats. Let's see what happened Friday.
Yes, sir. So defensively, obviously, we always got to start out there. My boys did a great job all night long, man. Had a great goal line stand. That was actually a sophomore in Mason Vaughn, and my senior, Gabe Souls, coming up with a huge stop. It was a huge goal line stand. Both my defensive ends, Toby Stone comes up with a big play, and then my other defensive end, Wallace, came up with a big play, and then that was 4th down.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 4th down. We went at halftime 0-0. That was my senior defensive back, and here he is again on the next drive, coming up with a huge play. He also played receiver for us. Very, very proud of Zeke Frank and the job that he did all night long.
Interception, big interception.
That's our junior corner. Hadn't played corner all season long, but we needed him that particular game. He did a great job of coming up with some big plays for us, and that was Kyvis Berry. And then on that run, that was Tanner Fournier, junior running back for us, and there's Zeke Frank again. First he had a batted pass, had a huge come up with his tackle for no gain, and then there's that huge catch on the ground. And then there's our sophomore running back, fullback, right there, Eli Rivera. He's got a great future, man. He works very hard in the weight room. He's just a grinder, man. Great kid, great attitude, and watch this right here. Whoop! Right over the top of him, man. He tried to cut him. That was a big 3rd down in the start of the second half. Eli's been absolutely amazing for us, man, as just a sophomore. He's always into that film room and paying attention and asking questions about what he needs to do to get better. And then there's Zeke Frank again with a huge catch. As you can see, it's a little dark out there, man. The lights went out on us.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We were down in that little area. We thought we may have had an advantage in the dark end. That's one of our seniors right there, man. Elijah Sutton.
Okay.
He hadn't really got an opportunity to start all season, man. And then as time went on through attrition and adversity, he was able to start for us and come up with some big plays for us. And that was Tanner Fournier coming up with a big play there. And then there's Mason Vaughn again with our junior defensive end, Isaac Wallace. He's going to be a special man. He just got to get in that weight room, keep working hard, and the sky's the limit for him. And then there he is again, Mason Vaughn and Gabe Souls, our senior linebacker. So the future is pretty bright. We're going to have a lot of turnover this coming season. And then there's Zeke Frank coming with a big play, and I had to get in Elijah Sutton with a dirty run there, man. He ain't quite, you can't really see it, but he should have cut that ball up a lot sooner, but he did a good job. He loves that stiff arm, man. He did a great job. And as you can see, Gabe Souls has been a monster all night long, and then he ended up getting a little injured, and then that's Bart Williams, his backup, coming in with a huge play, just kind of filling that role right away. And then as you can see, Tanner Fournier had a pretty darn good night running the ball. He did a great job just cutting that ball in there and getting us the runs and the yards that we needed to be successful. And there's Isaac Wallace again, coming off that edge, man. He was a terror all night long, and here he is in his legs. There was another 4th down right there. And our junior defensive back, again, coming up with a huge stop, Kyvius Berry. Again, he hadn't really played that since JV, man, but we needed him that night, and he did a great job. And then that was the final score right there by Eli Rivera. Like I said, I should have probably took a knee there, noticing that he didn't call timeout. They tried to run the screen game, and then there's our sophomore again, linebacker coming up from JV, last game of the season.
So he came up.
He
Okay,
did.
got you.
Yeah, he hadn't really got a whole bunch of snaps. Now we've always 8-quartered him,
Right.
but I absolutely love that kid, man. He's a team player. You know what I mean? It's all about the team, and he'll do whatever it takes. And that starts at home as well. You know what I mean? So that attitude that you need to be successful, he's got it.
You've asked consistently from game one on Sports Roundtable. I've heard you say, "I'm asking my guys and girl to give it and leave it all on the field every game, and then next week is another game."
That's right.
What did you say? And I've asked every coach this because it's the end of season. What did you say in that locker room last game?
Exactly that, pretty much. I mean, just have no regrets. You know what I mean? Knowing that it's going to be your last time. It's kind of that finality when it comes to football. Like there is no after this. I mean, you may be able to go play college club or flag football or something like that, intramurals. But when it comes to actually Friday night football, man, most of these kids don't ever get this opportunity ever again, man.
Right.
So. We were facing adversity, as you saw. They had an opportunity to score and possibly go for a 2-point conversion to tie the game, but those kids did. They really left it all out on the field until the end when that clock was 0-0. So
Now, does next season start today?
Oh yes, it does. I mean, well, right now, obviously, we're putting studs on uniforms in the
Right.
words of Coach Lynch, and
Right.
trying to get organized, but. We hit the weight room right away.
Gotcha.
The breaks already built within with Thanksgiving and Christmas break, so we try to get in that weight room right away, man. So it's a huge part of your success. You know what I mean? That weight training and what you do in the off season. So
Congrats
Thank
on
you.
your season, and looking forward to seeing you next season too.
Yes, sir.
Get ready, Coach Yeoman, Buccaneers, and that's a wrap. We'll be back next week with more Sports Roundtable. Well, that's all for today.